Okay, so hey, if you're watching this, you are officially tuning in to the first episode of Hammer Talk. I am the Daddy Bango, and I'm here with my co-host, Young Judge, the Mayor. And yeah, basically a little bit about ourselves. We're two college kids. We got dreams. We're trying to get a job just like everyone else out there. But right now, this is the time just to kick back, drink a couple of beers, and fucking just talk about random shit. So on that note, Young Josh, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, how you doing, young Josh, the mayor? How are you? Yeah, from the Boston area. Of course, we got to rep the bean over here. And yeah, like Daddy said, we're out here just trying to talk about what every other college kid's talking about. So we like to talk about having a good time, and at the same time, we like to drink beers. So cheers to that, Daddy Bengal. What do we got today?
Okay, so every college kid's nightmare. It's a fucking Monday night. Fucking sucks. All I'm thinking about is basically the college parties. What we did this weekend and what we're gonna do next weekend. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck cares? Let's just have a good time. So basically, we want to talk about what makes a party good, what makes a party bad, and what we do, and how we kill it at parties. Basically, so for me, I like to consider myself almost a white Michael Jackson, if you can wrap that concept around your head. When I walk into a party, I want to see that they got some sort of dance set up. And it can't be one of those ones that's like I don't want to get shoot in the basement. I don't want to be fucking packed to the gills. I need at least a 5 foot radius for my moves personally. Young George.
Yeah, I also agree. As you know, I am quite the dancer myself. Um, But I'm a big fan of. I like to go on a party. I like to see a couple fucking tables set up. We want to see games out there. I want to see a little fucking flip cup going. I want to see a little fucking whatever you got. Do a little root. I'm fucking kill it on the root table when I have to. But sometimes I kill it too bad, and then I'm like, you know what, this is fucking boring. I don't want to be on this table anymore. But yeah, I agree. I think the biggest part is the dancing. Um, and yeah, you don't want no fucking dance floor that's fucking 5 by 5. You're fucking sweating your dick off. Fucking everyone's grinding on everyone. You want to fucking have room to fucking, fucking do your thing. So I agree with that 100%. Yeah.
Another thing that I think is big, fucking, especially what we've been seeing lately. I don't know what the trend is since the fucking New Jersey Shore with fucking Pauly D, but I want somebody playing music that's just into it to have a good time, not fucking pass around your fucking business card. So basically, what I'm saying is, I just want maybe a kid that owns that, maybe his friend or whatever. I don't want this fucking DJ thinking he's fucking mainstream with the fucking headphones on one ear, everything else fucking spinning like. Who gives a fuck? Like what? I mean, I don't know. I feel like sometimes I go into these parties, fucking kids are hanging out with their business cards and shit like that, trying to make a business out of it. But I mean, come on. At the end of the day, we're out here. We're just trying to have a good time and fucking. I don't know. How realistic is that? Maybe
That's
some kids
true.
are good, maybe they're not.
That's true. That's true. I know what you're saying. You got these fucking kids out here like, oh, dude, listen to my new mixtape, whatever. I'm not interested in your new fucking mixtape. I'm interested in getting fucking hammered as possible and listening to what's hot and maybe some old school shit. I'm a big fan of the old school shit. I know you are as well. But like every once in a while, I like to throw on some old school fucking, like Kevin Little, Turn Me On. That song, Bitches Get Wet. It's fucking unreal. So I fucking you gotta mix it up. I don't want to hear the fucking, and I especially don't want to hear some fucking raggedy ass bullshit that this fucking kid threw together. That's like, oh, dude, listen to my fucking whatever, dude. Get over yourself. We want to hear the fucking real hits.
Low key party starter is a sing alongs. Fucking, I don't know, Boston area, Sweet Caroline, big party song, get the whole fucking place going, and yeah, I mean, it could be a difference maker. The music is definitely a difference maker. The amount of space you have to work with the music can be a huge part, and also lighting. Lighting can lighting. I've had some good experience. I've had some bad experience with lighting. How about you,
I
young Jack?
I prefer less lighting, the least amount of lighting possible, actually. That way you can do whatever the fuck you want, basically on the dance floor. It's basically a free for all out there. But I mean, not like I'm a fucking ugly bastard, but I mean, hell, who the fuck wants to see anybody out there? You're just fucking dancing your dick off. Who gives a fuck? Whatever, you're doing your thing. But space is a huge fucking thing in every party. I mean, any party that's a small fucking place or whatever, you start fucking sweating. People start stinking. It's not a good fucking thing. You literally you slip off people. You fucking got so much fucking sweat on you. You can fucking just wring out your hair. It's fucking disgusting. So yeah, I believe space is a huge factor to any party.
Yeah, I mean, well, going off that fucking at a party, you tend to get a nice sweat on. And by a nice sweat on, I mean I'm fucking absolutely dripping. Come in there, I have my hair's looking I got it all dolled up, got the whole 9 yards, looking fresh. Walking to the party, I got the confidence. Then, fucking 10 minutes later, I got sweat dripping down my fucking face. Can't. I look like a completely different person as I walked in. My fucking ball sack's basically at my ankles, and I'm trying to fucking talk to these women like I can't even take myself seriously. Never mind. I don't even know how they can even take me seriously. So
I agree. And imagine how the women feel. I mean, fuck. You think you dolled yourself up. I mean, fuck. I threw on a little deodorant. I maybe threw on some cologne. Maybe. Probably took a shower, depending what day it is. And they've been fucking getting ready for hours. They fucking got their whole shit fucking, who knows? They probably fucking tried out the new douche. You know, they got everything going. And they get fucking sweaty as shit. What are they supposed to do? You know, it's nothing they can really do at that point. So I agree. It's tough for everyone involved when it's a small space party, which is why I think outdoor parties are probably the best, especially day drinks. Obviously, who the fuck doesn't like a day drink? You know what I mean? That's the fucking best thing going.
the day drink. I mean, it literally brings a fucking completely different atmosphere than a night party. Fucking, it's just basically it's basically a competition. It's like everyone has a kind of a different viewpoint going to a day drink. Maybe one kid's like, I was sober last night. Now I'm gonna get fucking annihilated. Or another person's coming off a hangover and is like just smoking for the day, and just it's like you got all these different personalities mixing into one fucking crazy chaotic day drink, and it's an absolute mess.
Oh yeah. Before you know it, you got fucking mud everywhere. You got people firing bottles. You got fucking everything you can fucking look at. You got a person that's mangled drunk blackout by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's a sight to see.
Not to mention, I don't know where I'm from. Sometimes if you're at a day drink, the crowd gets going. A little bit of peer pressure comes in there, and then fucking next thing you know, you got a fucking wiffle ball bat in front of you with a full beer in it, and people are chanting at you to chug. What are you gonna? You gotta step up. Literally, you gotta step up to the plate. So
No, yeah. You're not gonna be the dweeb that's like, oh, I don't do the fucking whole dizzy bat thing. No, you're gonna step up there, you're gonna fucking chug that thing, you're gonna fall on your fucking face, most likely. Unless you're an absolute savage like me, but yeah, I agree.
I mean, for most cases, I would claim to be a savage, and I would take that self-confidence fucking train up there. But basically, for me, dizzy and drunk and me do not mix. I've never been a fan of dizzy bat. I've never tried it. I will try it if someone hands me the bat. You know, I'm not gonna say no. But me and dizzy do not get along.
That's true. I'm not. I'm confident in myself that I am the best dizzy bat competitor out there, but in all honesty, I've never tried it either. Fuck it, dude. I played baseball. I've fucking been hammered enough times. I think I'll be good at it. And if you're not good at it, no one's judging you. Everybody's mangled blackout, so whatever.
And another thing that I've seen these fucking, I don't know, I feel like I see these Facebook videos that aren't even fucking real life, and everyone acts like it's a trend or whatever. But that tarp with the slip and slide, and you slide across it and do the fucking flip cup, that seems pretty dope. I don't know if you've seen that.
Is that the thing when well, like each base you slide to, you flip a cup or something?
No. It's like basically like your single file line, and it's like you got a tarp, like basically a slip and slide, and each you go one by one. One guy races, slides across the slip and slide, chugs their beer, does the flip cup, and then once it flips, The next guy go down and slip and slide and so
Oh
on.
yeah. Okay, I was thinking of dodgeball slip and slide. You seen that on Facebook too? That shit looks pretty sick.
Nah, I haven't.
That's pretty cool. It's like fucking. I don't. I don't really remember it, but it looked pretty fucking sweet. You like basically bury the ball and then you got to slip and slide down each fucking thing. I don't think it had anything to do with drinking. I just probably implied that you would be drinking while you do it. So yeah.
All right, so basically we're gonna move on. Fucking another point of this episode. It's the first episode. Give us a little bit about it. Fucking, I want to tell you guys a little bit of personalities and all this shit. So going along the theme of the college parties, figured basically what would I do when I walk into the party? Like, what's my fucking motive? What am I doing? What's the first thing that comes to my mind? And off the top of my head right now, the first thing that usually comes to my mind is, okay, how am I gonna get fucked up? You do the pregame. You do the pregame. You get there, and it's just like, all right. Well, so what's the next step? So like we
Right.
said before, me and George are both we're both dancers. We're both known dancers. So I mean, we go in there. We don't go to the we scout out where the dance floor is. I mean, we see it. We see it, but we don't act like we see it. We throw the cold shoulder, and then we get acclimated. I mean, I don't know about you. You said you like dark lighting earlier too. I mean, I do not like to go on a dance floor that I do not know anyone and with dark lighting, because I like the last thing I want to be doing is like grabbing someone and be like, oh hey, you want to dance? Like fuck that. You gotta, there's a little more game to it. I mean, there's a little more style. I like to throw a little bit more finesse in it. I don't know. How about you?
Well, that's true. I guess when I said dark lighting, that's more of like when I'm blackout and I would just not want to see who I'm dancing with, because it comes to a certain point when I like to be in the. I mean, if you're with all your buddies or something, if you're at your pregame or even if you're at a small party with people that you know, you're like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna fucking dance out here, I'm gonna do my fucking thing, and no one gives a fuck because everyone knows you're a fucking absolute fire dancer. But when you get fucking mangled and you just don't give a fuck, you want it to be dark as possible because you don't want to see what sort of fucking slob you're dancing with. I mean, there's been times where it's been absolutely fucking disgusting, but I don't give a fuck. I can't even see a goddamn thing. Not to mention, it's about as dark as what my vision is at that point. I'm basically a fucking walking zombie. So that's what I meant by the lighting. But yeah, when I first go into a party, dude, I'm just going in there. I'm searching for like you said, first thing that'll fuck me up. Do they have a funnel? Is somebody pouring shots? Is there a flip cup table? Is there something that will get me mangled?
Yeah, and what I've found is conveniently there are a lot of elements at parties to help you get mangled, which might which might surprise absolutely none of you. A part, a part of improvement for me lately has been trying to stay away from these elements and maybe head to the dance floor a little bit earlier than I would have. But yeah, no, there's some danger. The flip cup is a big thing because usually we like to go one way, not even trying to be a hard or anything, but full beer, got to do it. You got to do it at least once at the. I mean, who cares?
Oh
But
yeah, see, I mean, I'm not as much as that. That was more like whatever. Our hometown is more about just flip cupping all the time. But I just like it to just keep a constant buzz going. But flip cup is just like everybody around the table is gonna end up shit faced pretty soon. So like that's why I like it. But also the funnels are like they're I feel like they're they're a hoax because usually the kid that has the funnel is not that drunk because he's the one that's like, oh, who wants to funnel? Who wants to funnel? And it's the other people that end up getting fucked up. And I learned that the hard way a couple times where it's like, oh, dude, you have a funnel. And then before I know it, I've taken about fucking 8 beers down. This kid is not even taking one funnel, but he just has the funnel and he's just there to get everyone fucked up. So basically, that kid's an asshole. I blame him for getting me mangled.
yeah, I mean that's you got a lot of different characters at a party, and that's just the funnel guy. You got the funnel guy. You got the guy at the door, fucking asking you how many girls you got. You got all that shit. And I mean, we could go on and on about the different characteristics of people at a party. It's just ridiculous. You see the same fucking guys every single time. Different, look different every time, but it's the same rule. It's the same rule.
Yep. And you could spot him out right away. I mean, we all know who that guy is. Every one of them. I mean, most of it is just where you are at the party. When you first walk in, there's gonna be the douchebag at the door. Oh, dude, who do you know? Who do you know? Who are you with? Fucking whatever. Blah blah blah. And that's why it's good when you're like, fucking dude, back off me. I know you, or I know somebody, or whatever. I got mad bitches, whatever.
And then you got the kid that's like, yeah, it's like constantly reminding you that it's his house. It's like, oh yeah, no, it's my house, so it's good. It's good. No, yeah, no, it's my house, but whatever.
Yeah, it's so fucking true. It's funny when it's like the kid, you get all buddy with that kid, and he's like, yeah, dude, it's my, and he's all buddy with you, like, oh, dude, you fucking get to know him, you dap him up, everything, all that bullshit. But then like shit goes down, like with your crew. It'll always be like my group of friends. Usually me. I'm usually the root of it, but it's always like something that'll go down where it's like, oh, a big fucking to-do where everyone's all fucking up in arms about it or whatever. And he's like, dude, I fucking love you, man. And you can come back here and I'm not kicking you out. This isn't me kicking you out, but you have to leave because like everyone's going to freak out if you don't leave. I'm like, go fuck yourself, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's basically sums up the college party life. 1 minute you could be buddy with the guy that owns the place, and the next minute you could be fist deep in his fucking teeth. So like, that kind of brings us to the next thing that we're going to talk. We're basically comparing throwing a party versus being a guest at a party. And being a guest at a party, I mean, assuming that you're not a random squid that just fucking happened to squeeze in the door. I mean, maybe you know the kid, or you know you have a mutual friend, but basically you have a reason for being there. Do you have a reason for being there, or you throw the party? Young Josh, would you rather throw the party, or you think you would rather just fuck it and just be a reckless guest?
Well, I mean, that's a tough one. A lot of people would say, oh, I'd rather be a guest, whatever, but that's until you actually be there. Or that's until you own a house, because I never owned a house that I had to throw a party, so that's tough for me to say. But as a guest that was always going there, I would always say, I wish I was throwing the party. Even though it's fucking terrible, you got to fucking invite all the people. You got to make sure it's going to be a banger, which usually if you get enough people going and enough people there, it'll end up being a banger. And it'll be an absolute rip. People will show up. But fucking you have to clean it up. You have to worry about the fucking cops. You have to constantly worry about people fucking with your shit. Fucking people doing all sorts of fucked up shit. But my main thing about if you're throwing a party is that you have a room there and you invited a lot of fucking people. There's like an 80% chance you're getting laid. And it's easy because that girl's just going to go right into your room. No questions asked. There you go. That's what it is. What do you think about being a guest, though?
Being a guest is... It depends who you know, because honestly, you could be a good guest, you could be the fucking shittiest guest in the world. I mean, I've been both. I've been both. I can tell you that with certain honesty. Being a guest, it's kind of weird because you gotta worry about a ride home. If you're a guy, for sure. If you're a girl, I don't know. I don't know what your style is, but usually if it's guy, you don't really have to worry about a ride home if need be. But so as a guest, I would say I'd definitely probably rather host it because you have complete control over the whole situation, which is not always exactly true, but you have control over your room usually. If you have a lock, rule number one, get a lock in your. If you're gonna have a party, get a lock on your door. If you don't, you're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. So if you have the lock on the door, and the ladies with the shirt thing, it's not always the case.
I don't mean like that. It's obviously a fucking shirt thing. But it's just like, you know, if you're a guest, you got to fucking go back to wherever you're going, and that might be far away from they are, and they might be with their friends, and their friends don't want her to leave, or they don't want to go where you're going, or they don't want all sorts of shit. It's just a lot easier when your room is feet away, and you can say, hey, do you want to stay here with me over there? You know what I mean? As opposed to a guest where you have to try to coax them back to your own place or try to make your way back to their place.
Yeah, no, and another thing too is I always love like when I'm at a party and I see like a guy that's like noticeably like underdressed, like maybe not to the full extent of a wife beater, but like tank top, like it's just like you can tell that like yeah, he's wearing casual shit enough to be like that is his house. So he's just trying to fucking throw on like this persona and be like, all right, this is my house. I'm gonna act as casual as possible, and I'm gonna get something to slip in here. And I hope that it does not work like that because the kids that I've seen do that, they honestly just look pathetic.
Yeah, no, that's fucking stupid. It don't matter if you're throwing a party or you're going to a party. At least look acceptable. Don't be wearing what I'm fucking wearing now. I'm wearing my pajamas and my fucking sweatshirt and a fucking whatever. You know what I mean? But you see kids wearing shit like that if it's their party because they think, oh, it's my party. I can wear whatever the fuck I want. Dude, come on. I mean, just throw on a collared shirt, you know?
And it's a lot different too if it's maybe like this one address that you heard once, or if it's like the baseball house, the if you are a part of a house that's been known to throw down, it's like it's so funny to just see like these egos that emerge that I don't see on campus at all. But once all of the parties at their house, they're a completely different person. So it's just funny to see how that gets to people's heads, especially if it becomes like a known thing where they're having parties and then they start to build like this reputation like they're the fucking shit.
Frat kids. Fucking mister. Oh, I'm in your class and I'm the biggest dweeb. I never talked once, but I'm an Alpha Theta fucking Chi Mo fucking Theta, and now I'm the fucking shit. Case in point.
I don't see it. I don't see it so much as frat. I mean I said baseball. I said sport. I'm not genericizing based on sports or frats or anything, but it's any known party house. They have like this.
Well, not to say that every kid in a frat or on a sports team is like that, but there's certain kids on frats and sports teams that are just always who they are. They're just regular fucking people, and then you see them at their house and they're the same fucking people. But there's people that use their fucking status as, oh, I'm on this team or I'm in this frat to like make a different whole persona from what they actually are. That's what I've noticed.
And also a big part about throwing the party is that like that's a real time to distinguish between like your real friends, and your school friends. It's right. Like I have like a just mixed jumble of like different friends, different personalities, different ways I interact with different kids on campus. And if I have a party and I'm getting hit up by like it's just that's like when you really have to think like, am I that good friends with this kid, or is he just hitting me up to fucking get in my house or whatever? You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So now we were basically, me and young Josh Mayo briefly went over because we both had this experience visiting other schools. It's a big part of it, especially if you have other friends at other schools. I mean, everyone's curious. You got to become integrated in everyone at school. So there's different experiences everywhere around. There's different pressures that come from hosting friends. So what do you want to say about that, young Josh?
Yeah, well, I haven't had a lot of people that I hosted at my school, mostly just going to visit other people at schools because my school, decent party school, but not as big as my friends like you and my other, a couple other friends. So what I've noticed is the good part about going to another school is that you don't have to worry about, like, what are we doing tonight? You know what I mean? You're like, fuck it. My buddy's got it fucking ready to go. He's got it fucking lined up. Maybe he doesn't, but at the end of the day, you're like, it's not my fault. If we don't do a fucking thing, it's on him. You know what I mean? And the second thing is also, like, you just go there, you have no worries. You're like, fuck it, nobody knows me here, dude. I'm going to do my fucking thing. I'm going to fucking go wild, dude. I'm going to be crazy, and I'm going to leave. And once I leave, I don't have to worry about all this shit. I don't have to worry about if I talk shit to one kid over here that might be buddies with whoever. Because guess what? You're gone. And you might come back a couple weekends from then or maybe a month from then or whatever. But no one fucking remembers. No one does that. It's not like you have to live with the people. But what I have noticed is, like some of the downsides of it is obviously you go there, you don't know a lot of people. So, I mean, you're kind of like the fucking weirdo in the corner while your buddy's like, oh, hey, what's up to all his buddies and like all the girls and shit. And you're just kind of like, hey, I'm his friend from home, blah, blah, blah. You just kind of you're just trying to make an impression. So it's kind of tough. You put yourself in an awkward position at times. But I think it can be very rewarding if you can fucking strive off that. If you can do well in that situation, then it's awesome. Otherwise, it might be a little awkward. It might be a little weird.
I know recently, this past summer, kind of introducing the junior semester, you had a very popular rising at one of our buddies' schools. Any insight to gain from that?
Yeah, well, basically that was talk about not having to be there next weekend. That was a big thing with that. I just basically I was on a lot of drugs at the time, honestly. And I just didn't give a fuck. So I got wild.
All right, so some of
When,
some of the
when
people
I
out
say
here.
drugs, I don't mean like like fucking anything weird or anything like that. I mean whatever. I was on some party drugs, whatever. I got all fucked up, but people remembered it because I was being myself. And one of the things that I just previously said was that when you go to a school, you don't have to worry about living there. You don't have to worry about. So I was like, fuck it, dude. I just went wild. Had a great fucking time. I was just doing shit that no one else was doing. You know what I mean? I'd be the guy at the middle of the party to do what everyone was thinking. Like, oh, I'm gonna jump in that mini pool. No one was doing it.
All right, wait. Let's just cut it right there. Cut it right there. So, a lot of our listeners, fucking,
Oh yeah, which
probably gonna know
one?
the story. Probably gonna know the story, but we have to act like we're fucking hot shot. We have to act like absolute we have to absolute losers. Absolute losers, and basically act like we have a lot of listeners, and we don't. So, for those of you who do not know, my boy Young Judge the Mayor went up to a university in New Hampshire, and basically he was presented with this conflict that one of our best friends was going back home for a dentist appointment. And if you knew this friend, you would know that he does not give a fuck whatsoever.
No
So
fucks.
he
No
was
fucks.
like, he was basically like, yeah, Joe, come up, and I'm just gonna leave you for the day because I have a dentist appointment. So basically, Josh comes up and is absolutely left on his own, and in a college that he knew nothing about. So where'd you go from there?
Well, what happened was, of course, our other best friend, like you said, invited me up, blah, blah, blah. He fucking left because he's a fucking douchebag that I love, but he doesn't give a fuck. So he just bounced. I was like, oh, I got to go home, do this thing. Didn't tell me about it at all. So I was on my own. So I hit up another one of our buddies that went there who happens to be in a frat. And I was like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, whatever, come over here, chill out. So I hung out with the frat for the day. I ended up fucking becoming pretty good friends with a lot of the frat kids, and I was all fired up. I was mangled. So I decided, I'm like, oh, dude, I'm a fucking honorary frat member. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, we got all banged up, and the kids were loving me. So it was a good shit. And then fucking the dude ended up coming back later on, and I was with my buddy that was at the frat and the frat kids or whatever. And they ended up having a party that night, and I was like, at some point, I ended up at the door, and I was the one that was choosing who came in and who didn't. And of course, I was letting every single person in. I was going, oh, to all the guys, I was going, who the fuck do you know, dude? And then I'd fucking let them in anyways. Whatever. I would just give them a hard time. But all the girls, I would go, oh my God, who do you know? And then I go, you absolutely can come in. Every single girl was let in. There was a couple guys that weren't let in because they were fucking tools. And so, yeah, we had a grand old time. And I basically, before I knew it, ended up becoming like an honorary member of this frat without even knowing it, without even trying to do that. And then, whatever. From there, the next day we were going to day drinks and shit with who knows what, and everything just was fucking insane, basically. So that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, probably my fucking weirdest experience at another school was when I was there too, and it was just like same kid, just basically he just throws you in like on the fucking on the brink. So it's like you can either meet new people and become a part of this fucking university that we probably know like a handful of kids at tops, and or you can fucking sit inside. It's so weird how he just acts like you're not even there. So I mean, basically to sum up what it's like to visit other schools, being a guest is fucking awesome because you have no worries and it's like you're always the most hyped up person going there. I mean, you get there like you are fucking ready to go. No one is stopping you, and it's like you're in this whole other world. But if you're the host, which I found out, basically everything Young George said in his opening speech about that was why I got fucked. Everyone comes up here thinking that they're gonna fucking have the best time of their life, and it ends up being my absolute nightmare. So, word to the wise: if you are visiting a friend in college, please respect them and act like it's a regular campus, and that's your own, and not act like you are some fucking reckless kid that's untouchable, because it will fuck your friend over. So, on that note, we were gonna plan on ending with fucking basically the craziest party experience, best and worst, that we've been a part of personally throughout. We're like 21 years old, so we've had about 3 years of this. So where are you at, Young Josh, with your craziest party experience?
Okay. Craziest thing I was ever fucking a part of was Pumpkin Fest 2015, Keene State. A lot of you probably saw it on the news. It was basically a battleground. It was fucking insane. It was what it was. I went up there with one of my best friends from school and another buddy that we have. He has a brother that goes up there. So we were up there at his house. And yeah, we ended up going, whatever. The first night we were there, it wasn't really, it was like the Friday night, so it wasn't really happening. And then the next day was Pumpkin Fest. And I remember I ended up at this party in like a backyard, and there was a bunch of people there, whatever. There was fucking people jumping off the fucking roof and shit. It was crazy. And before you know it, fucking cops swarm in, dude. They got their fucking tear gas. They got everything, dude. They're fucking banging people up. So everybody pushes out into the street. People are getting fucking fucked up. I mean, I could barely even see, dude. I had tear gas and shit, like, all up in me. So everyone goes out in the street, and then before you know it, people just start firing bottles, dude, left and right. Fucking handles, glass, fucking regular beer bottles, fucking everything you can fucking think of. People are just firing shit. People are going wild. Everyone's in the street going wild. So I ended up getting fucking banged up the whole day, but everyone's out in the street just like crazy. There's cops everywhere. It's like a fucking SWAT team of cops everywhere. I end up waking up later on that day in my buddy's older brother's house, right? And he's on one of the fucking streets that were like sanctioned off. I look out that fucking window of the top floor when I wake up. There's a fucking bonfire in the middle of the street in the dumpster. There's just people fucking going nuts. There's people sitting in front of it like fucking hippie style, like, peace, man. Like, we're not going to move, man. All of a sudden, the cops just start fucking lighting them up with fucking beanbags. Just bang, 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 bang. These kids are fucking jumping around and shit. Dude, these kids are getting crushed with fucking beanbags. It's fucking awesome. Then I walked outside. I swear to God, I walked outside. Right as I walked outside, a fucking handle came flying through the air. Boom! Landed right in the windshield of the car right next to me. Like, I was right next to a car. Fucking bang! Smashed the whole windshield. I was like, what the fuck? I'm still mangled, mind you, from earlier. God knows what happened earlier. I mean, I blacked out for a while. And it was just fucking insane, dude. It was the fucking most insane shit that I've ever seen, ever been a part of, anything. Next day, we all wake up. We go outside. The whole entire fucking street is covered in glass. There's not one piece of thing you can step on that's not glass. Doesn't have fucking cans on it. Anything like that. Like crazy shit. And like we were going around picking up collectibles. Like I was picking up like canisters of the fucking tear gas and shit. Like it was crazy, dude. It was the craziest thing I've been a part of. And anyone who saw it, it was on the news. It was like a state of emergency, dude. It's fucking insane. So that was my craziest fucking. It was like a war zone. It wasn't even like a party. It was like a war zone. There was all the girls were afraid. They were terrified. They didn't want to be there. Fuck, I didn't even want to be there, dude. It was scary. And that was the craziest shit I've been a part of.
No, I remember hearing about that, and the first thing that I fucking saw, when the Keene State locals came on the news, I lost it. The fucking like they have that like that drained out that pale in the face, the fucking, oh my god, I am so disappointed in my community, all this and that, and it's just like I don't know. I is Pumpkin Fest for like for kids? Like, is that like, I heard
it's supposed to be like a family thing for like the whole Keene State community, or like not Keene State, Keene, New Hampshire. It's like supposed to be like for families or whatever. They like pumpkins and everything. It was originally a family thing.
yeah, because I'm picturing little Johnny and his sister fucking Sally going to carve a pumpkin with their mother, and then just absolutely getting shattered in the head with some fucking Smirnoff or Rubinoff or what Zenka, whatever the New Hampshire fucking.
Nah, it wasn't that bad. It could have been that bad, but it was
it sounded pretty bad.
It was basically like in the college area. There's all sorts of fucked up shit going on. But I mean, honestly, I think that if the police didn't drive us, they drove everyone out of the house parties because they've had this going for years. And what would happen is the college kids would go in backyards and they'd have fucking bangers, dude, and they'd be out of control, whatever. But it was when they all drove everyone into the street that shit just fucking lit off, dude. And that's when everything happened.
Yeah, no, that I just remember that being a fucking mess. So that was Jason Mayer's all-time story. For me, fucking had a little trouble thinking of maybe my best party experience, maybe because I don't remember it. But I just thought a good thing would basically to tell my first experience. So I wasn't a rookie drinking when I came in here. Fucking not even sounding cool. Just drank in high school, but I clearly did not know my limits coming in here. First night, I got put in a living situation where I did not want to be there. I thought I could. Basically, the way that my campus was set up was that there was this section of kids that was demographically part of my area, living area, that I got put in that I did not want to be put in. I wanted to be put with like the more like partiers, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. But basically, I was in the wrong area. So I was pissed. I had a little chip on my shoulder going out that night. Met up with some kids that we knew from high school. And I think it got a little crazy. So we go to this spot, and it was basically like these 4 or 5 apartment buildings, and there's one basement. So basically, over the stretch of 5 apartments, one basement, one crowd, boom, right away. And so we started I didn't know what to do. I started going nuts. Basically, all the friends start saying, "All right, we're playing flip cup," like what we said before. We like the games. Me and Josh we like the games. So unfortunately, I did not have beer that night. I had about a half handle of that Admiral Nelson's. But did that stop me from playing flip cup? No, unfortunately. So basically, I was trying to be the big man on campus earlier, and it definitely bit me in the ass. Fucking. Probably about 2 rounds deep. I we started playing flip cup with the Admirals. Everyone loved it, whatever, and then everyone did not like it because I got absolutely annihilated. So last thing I remember, I'm there at the party, and the next thing I know, I'm literally, it was it was the craziest thing in my life because I woke up mid stride from a blackout, not knowing what was going on. I'm a freshman on this campus. On on an off-campus street. Fucking looking at the name, like, where the fuck am I? Look down, just do a little quick body check. Scratches all throughout my arms. So that was the upper body check. Scratches all up my arms. Look down below. I got fucking one shoe on. I just bought these Air Maxes from my neighbor. For fucking, I was so pumped. I was telling all my people, I got a nice deal. Fucking $30 Air Maxes. Fuck yeah. Going to this fucking first fucking night. Things are gone. I mean, talk about a first impression. I call up my roommate about 3:30 a.m. being like, "Look, bro, I'm downstairs in the fucking lobby. I don't have my key. I don't have anything. Can you please let me in?" And yeah, so we got off to an excellent start. And but not only that, the next morning, by the time I got into my room, it was fucking 5:30 a.m. One shoe, I got probably a lot of stain. And I was the cocky douchebag to wear a white Nautica polo out. So judging by the soil, you know how that looks coming out of that. So the thing was absolutely mangled. My shirt just was torn to shreds. No shoes. No dignity basically at that point. And walk in there, 7:30 wake up. RA. I had no idea of fucking this is new students orientation and all this bullshit. Fucking this guy starts knocking on my door and I didn't like it. So what happened from there was basically I had to meet with the floor, give a public apology to the RA because I told him to fuck off in the morning. I didn't know that we had to go to this shit. I literally did not know we had to go to this shit. So he woke me up to go to breakfast. I'm like, this is my first day in college, and then this guy's waking me up to go to breakfast. But I don't know. I didn't know how to work. So that was my first college experience, and it was a rough one.
Yeah, that sounds similar to one of my first college experiences. I have a September birthday, as you know, Daddy Bengal. So my freshman year, like the second week of college, it was my birthday, and it was on like a Thursday. So we were getting dumb stupid, and of course, I'm like, fuck it, I'll get a bottle of Fireball. I got the like size down from my handle. So it was glass. It was still that big fucking bottle. It was the size one down from my handle. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Either way, it was a lot of Fireball. And I started banging that down throughout the night. And it was also my birthday. So, like, the first place we stopped at, I'm like, yeah, it's my birthday, dude, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And someone had a funnel. So I ended up banging down about 3 different beers in about fucking 20 minutes. Fucked up. On top of all the Fireball I drank. I actually have a picture with like me and my buddy, and in the background you see the bottle, and it's like almost halfway, like it's like more than halfway done. So then I fucking banged down this bottle of Fireball, dude. I am fucked up at this point. I'm pretty much blackout. And when I first went to school, I was gonna join joining the wrestling team or whatever. And so one of the kids on the wrestling team that was there saw me and knew that whatever I was going to join the team. So he was like, dude, you won't fucking bang down this right now. And he handed me this little fucking green bottle. I don't know. It was Tabasco sauce. And I didn't know at the time. I was fucking hammered. I was pretty much blackout at the point. So I'm like, oh, really, dude? I'll fucking take that. I fucking grabbed it before he could even say anything. And I just fucking ripped it, dude. And it was like the green Tabasco sauce, that shit that's real fucking spicy. Bro, I took this shit after I drank Fireball all night, and I was funneled a couple beers. I was fucked up, dude. I fucking took that shit down. I went, I was right next to the sink, dude. I just fucking ripped everything out of the sink, dude. Just completely just fucking ripped glasses out. Didn't give a fuck. I just put my mouth under the sink and just fucking put on the cold water and just started fucking sucking on the cold water. Apparently, after that, my face was all fucked up, dude. Imagine drinking Fireball all night, then you drink a Tabasco sauce. My face was all red, dude. Like, my eyes were red, dude. I was all fucked up. Apparently, somehow, I made it back through security. And then I was back in the freshman dorm. And I was legitimately running through the hallways, apparently, and just headbutting walls and just being just an absolute mess. And that was probably the worst I ever got at college. That was just a fucked up time.
Well, I mean, hey, rule number one, if you're Irish and you drink Fireball, your face is going to turn red.
You're going to turn red, dude. And then you put on a fucking Tabasco sauce at the end of all that, you're going to be fucked up.
Just as a first episode, kind of informal, how much time are we on right now?
Honestly, I have no idea. It doesn't show a little timer.
Yeah, I was looking for that, but
I was looking for that as well.
All right, well, basically, we'll fucking fuck it. I feel like it's been going on for a little bit. We'll just basically throw a summary at you. Young Josh, Daddy Bengal were first getting after it. We both agree that we're both Michael Jacksons of the white race.
When late career Michael Jackson, when he was white.
well, demographically, he might be considered black. I don't know.
He was still black, but he looked white.
But it was like a weird timeline. It was like he was black, Jackson 5, and then he was white, and then he died, and he became black again. I don't know how that worked, but I mean, hey, respect all around. Respect all around.
All right, well, whatever. I look white, but I am black, so.
No, it's not. That's definitely not the main point. It's definitely the main point is that we dance like Michael Jackson at parties, and that's the honest truth.
Okay.
Yeah, and basically we have both been reckless as a guest to other schools, and have both experienced what it's like to have a reckless guest in your own school. So just keep that in mind. It goes across the board. I mean, I don't think there's any way of avoiding it. It's just your friends are who they are. They're gonna get fired up. They're gonna come in, and you gotta show them a good time. So I mean, that's just basically how it is.
Yep. It's all damage control. Just damage control. You gotta fucking whatever they do, you just hopefully you can control it. Otherwise, you're fucked. But
yeah, like I couldn't control it. I got fucked. So.
Yeah.
So basically that's it. Fucking thank you for listening to the first episode of Hammer Talk. This is Daddy Bengal and Young Josh signing out.
Peace out, baby.